All right, guys, welcome back. Hazen High School versus Johnston Heights Secondary School. So far, Johnston Heights up 1-0. You're watching the High School Star League. League of Legends 2016 Spring Playoffs, a round of 8. I'm Crusader Kid here with Blaster Boy, and quite a win coming out from Johnston Heights there, giving Hazen High School their first loss in the playoffs so far. So first loss year for Hazen High School. We'll see if they can bring it back. Already having the target bans coming out, Tarek and Victor being taken away.
Yeah, and both of these bans making a lot of sense from Hazen. Cloudwater and Foskey were both very pivotal on those champions in the last game to lead to Johnston Heights' victory, from the damage that Cloudwater was able to deal in every single fight in the zoning that he was able to provide, and also the invulnerability that Foskey was constantly able to throw down in the fights to enable a dive onto the team or even under turrets in some situations. Just incredibly powerful overall. But Maokai does get through with all of these targeted bans from Hazen.
Very strong top lane pick here. And it's going to be pretty easily locked in here, I'd say, for Johnston Heights.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, Echo is still open, so this will be an okay pick for them. So that'll be an okay matchup for Johnston Heights anyway. Echo versus Maokai is pretty common right now. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm sure both of these top laners have at least a decent amount of experience with it. We actually do see very rapidly Sivir locked in by Hazen to take that off the table from Ethos. So this will be a huge amount of focus put on the previous comp that Johnston Heights had a lot of success with, and forcing them to switch to different champions as much as possible.
Only secrets now on the Rek'Sai, so I think this is a champion that is more inclined to share kills with the other members of his team here. And this has a lot less damage output, so Sivir is going to be picked up here, as you said. And I mean, it's definitely more of the one of those junglers that can gank more easily than Graves can. Graves puts out damage. Rek'Sai is going to be having some CC to follow up here. So, can also have that global presence as well.
Yeah, definitely. Something else to take note of as a champion opening is Trundle is open. Well, not anymore, actually. It'll be picked up by...
Oh.
No, never mind. Okay, juking us out twice. So, Braum and Elise locked in. Both
Foskey says, you take away our champions, I'm taking away your Braum.
Yeah, so a little bit of a switch up there. Johnston Heights taking away, yeah, like you said, IMK's Braum.
Yep.
With Trundle locked in, huge power pick in general, but particularly against Maokai, it's really, really big. And, oh, man.
Wow.
Instead of doubling down on invulnerability, this time we're going to see the double down on AoE speed up from Hazen. Karma Sivir, I actually just saw this run, I think the other day with something else that I casted. Incredibly strong pair together, especially down in the bottom lane. It's just instant initiation pretty much whenever you want, because you can stack them together or you can stagger them. Incredible amounts of mobility, perfect for Trundle and Rek'Sai. Caitlyn and Kale both being hovered this time. That slipped through the cracks of this pick and ban. The Kale, something that was taken off the table last time. Lucian is still very strong. He has been nerfed.
Oh, we are going to see the Kale.
Man.
This is going to be an interesting game. We're going to see the Kale that was banned out by Hazen High School. Hazen took that one away in the last game, and should be Cloudwater's champion here. I want to see what he does with it.
Yeah, I mean, if last game was any indication on that Victor, then he will have a very good performance on this Kale as well, especially with it being banned.
I mean, that being said, yeah, Hazen High School, they are aware of Cloudwater's Kale.
Yep.
So knowing that, they were prepared to ban it out. Hopefully they have a counter prepared for it.
I feel like the Veigar would be a decent counter, honestly.
It's locked in there.
Yeah, okay, so how this Veigar versus Kale matchup I think will work, especially post 6, is Veigar will just simply wait out the Kale ult, because his his QW is going to have kill threat on its own. So post 6, especially going later on into later team fights, Veigar will just be able to force the kill ult out of this kill, or she will immediately die. And if he does, then he can just simply wait and then throw the ult down on someone. There are no spell shields here. There's no one that can dodge this at all. The only hope is that it's thrown onto the Elise or Maokai. I guess they can dodge it with their invulnerabilities with their Twisted Advance and Repel respectively. But these kill ults have to be really, really good from Cloudwater, and he looks like he might even be going for Flash Ghost. Which is a very interesting choice of summoners. I've never seen Flash Ghost on Kayle before.
We're going to see what he gets with this extra mobility here. Cloudwater, last game, he brought the Storm Clouds as Victor. This game, he'll be flying among the clouds as Kayle. Guys, you're watching the High School Star League League of Legends Spring Playoffs for 2016. It's a round of 8. Johnston Heights up 1-0 over Hazen High School. We'll be right back after a quick break with game number 2. Alright guys, welcome back. And we're in for game number 2 of Hazen High School versus Johnston Heights secondary school. Johnston Heights up 1-0. Crusader could in here with Blaster Boy. We're going to see what these two teams bring to the table. It is Johnston Heights 1 win away from making it into the round of 4, which is going to be a double elimination bracket, which is always fun.
Yeah, definitely exciting stuff for Johnston Heights. I mean, we talked
Hazen
about
High School, if they take the loss here, they're out.
Yes. So, I mean, we were talking about Hazen before with how they just won the winter finals just recently.
Ooh.
Not looking great for them so far. Johnston Heights are going for an invade. Well, they will be denied any information, actually. Very nice skill shots there from both IMK and Ock to scare Johnston Heights off. So, I mean, they don't get anything for that, but they don't lose anything really either. At least sustained extremely well, and as long as Foskey tanks up a few hits here, should be all right. We're seeing the same exact starts that we saw last time, actually, with the leash coming out from Johnston Heights duo, and a solo or a duo on the Gromp from Hazen with their jungler up top. So no changes here.
We're going to be seeing the pretty similar starts here, where Hazen High School's bottom lane is most likely going to have a very slight experience advantage here. But it's a Braum Lucian lane, so that's going to be one that's, I mean, pretty hard to trade against, I would have to say.
Yeah, definitely. We actually have a Cull start for Cloudwater in mid on this Kale. Very interesting start. It does
just
make
learning
sense
things today.
Yeah, we're learning a lot.
And Cloudwater may be in high school, but he's still teaching us here.
Oh man, yeah, this is a very interesting choice. 90 stacks already. He's going to be burning through that very quickly. With his farming rate as it is already. Good start. Ooh.
Big game aggression. King taking a bit stun there. Ignite gets dropped down. IMK still alive, and Ignite getting taken by IMK. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting, especially when you consider that Foskey would have killed IMK there if he had taken Ignite, but he took Exhaust on arguably the more aggressive support. So that's a very interesting choice from IMK overall. But, I mean, speaking of learning and taking lessons, Ethos and Foskey taking lessons from Cutie Pie there and using that level 2 power spike very effectively.
Yeah.
Really taking out IMK, but not quite able to finalize it. They take all of his potions and a summoner, however.
That's going to be nice. They're still heal up. Though, and only Secret's coming in. A great stun onto Cloudwater. Leads into that knockup. Flash in first blood. And it's Hazen High School with it. And this time, they don't lose 3 members right after.
And they even burn both of Cloudwater's summoners there. I really wish he would have been playing maybe a little bit more carefully there. Not burning the ghost would have been really good for him as well. Just very good focus from Hazen, though. Fantastic focus, because they know that Cloudwater, as soon as he roamed, when he was not contested in the mid lane, he was allowed to move down bottom, and that turned into his first 2 kills of the match, and that just snowballed from there on. Focus onto him, very smart. Toxic Walk taking a beating.
Q1 getting some payback in there. He's playing a Trundle. And that club just beating on that tree.
This is exactly how you expect this matchup to go, though. The Echo versus Maokai matchup is kind of stagnant, but Trundle versus Maokai, especially once you get up to level 6, where Trundle just completely counters Maokai from that point on in the game, just allows you to shred him so easily. It's just a landslide victory up here for this Ice Troll. And, I mean, the CS is very, very close, but the trading is not. Q1 will be going back to base. He didn't even burn many Corrupting Potion stacks. Or no, he does stop his recall. He's going to wait for Toxic Walk to walk up here.
Oh man, and with Flash and Ghost down for Cloudwater here, I mean, he's going to be so vulnerable to all these ganks there. I mean, a Sweet Genius can land another stun like that. Only Circuits can be around to get some more ganks in, and I mean, we were talking about before, they're very aware of this Kale. It's not like a surprising pick to them. They know it's one of Cloudwater's favorite champions here, so they came prepared. And now Cloudwater is taking quite a bit of damage.
One thing to note about this Kale pick, though, is she's Oh, actually, Siskio coming in mid.
From on to Sweet Genius, he throws down his own stun here. Only Circuits will be joining the fight here. Sweet Genius so low, still alive, and he'll stay alive here with barely any health left.
Ooh, I don't really like that teleport from Q1 though. That was a bit of a waste in the end, but very good of Sweet Genius to get out of there. He has the teleport to get back to lane, so he won't be missing out on anything too significantly. Still doing pretty well in this lane despite that gank. Only Secret's getting stunned up as well. Siskio has to retreat.
Yeah, a little jumpy move there by Q1. About to teleport down to the lane. Neurogia almost gets stunned up there, but not quite, and that actually allows him to get some nice damage onto Ethos.
Say walk. Still just getting zoned off in this top lane. Down a level. Right now, which is huge, especially 5 to 6. Massive, massive difference there for these two champions in particular. Now, what will be interesting about this from Lucian lane is IMK gets a little bit slowed.
Flash stun doesn't land. And now it looks like they can just back up there, so. Attempted ganks coming out from Siskio so far hasn't resulted in any kills. Only Secrets hasn't been able to secure one. And, I mean, maybe that's a bad thing. Only Secrets getting the kills once again. 100% of the kills again.
Yeah,
Come on,
I mean...
Why are you letting this happen?
Fortunately for Sweet Genius, that doesn't mean all that much, really, because he still gets the AP off of getting an assist on a champion. So that's a really big deal for Veigar. Still being able to get the AP on assist is huge. And, of course, he does have, with his little rework Veigar got, he does have a few other mechanical differences, like his passive is now his AP gain, so now whenever he hits any of his spells on any champion, it doesn't matter if you throw 3 spells on the same champion either, you get AP for all of them. You get 1 AP, I think, per champion hit per spell. So... big teamfight stun, he gets 5 free AP. He gains it so quickly now in teamfights. He still gets it from Q blast hits, of course, still gets it from champion kills. And assists, I believe. So, a huge amount of AP to be gained from the Veigar. And also, Veigar ult can now be used more freely because now it does damage based off of your missing health rather than the target's based off the target's missing health rather than the target's AP. So you're free to use it onto this Maokai or onto the Lucian, and you will still be killing them very late in the game from a very high percentage of health comparatively.
Here we have Q1 once again going for this aggression. I mean, this is exactly what Toxic Wahawk was doing in the last game. So much trading. Bosky though in trouble as a jump forward from onto IMK, and they take down him, and now Rogia has to flash away, still gets taken down. Fosky with a great set of plays here. Teleport will be coming in. Fosky is in a lot of trouble. Glacial Fisher coming in, trying to get himself out. And he will be able to once again. The stand beside me just able to get him away. And now Cloudwater flashing ahead, gets onto Sweet Genius, who is looking for a roam, gets the kill.
One traded back for Hazen, but disaster overall. They end up losing 3 for that.
Yep.
And another one going to Cloudwater, which... just to keep emphasizing this, really how strong he was in the last game, that can be huge for him considering he died so early, maintaining a CS lead as well. Just catching Sweet Genius on the rotation. Cloudwater is just playing these map movements a little bit better. Whether he's just getting somewhere, whether he's the only one showing up from the mid lane, or whether he's first or catching someone else while they're moving.
Fosky in that last fight. His stand behind me, the leaps there. He jumped forward to a minion to get into great positioning to get the ticks down to IMK to get the stun down. And he had another great one with the combined with the flash to get himself out and survive.
Yeah, and the target selection there from Johnston Heights was perfect because Fosky knows that if he jumps forward like that, it's fairly telegraphed. And Ak will be able to spell shield the Winter's Bite and just completely shut down the aggression, so they went for IMK instead. Super free kill on the Karma. She's decently immobile. She had already used her shield at that point. She's very squishy. This could be a fight around the dragon.
Well, stun is not going to do too much there, but actually will allow the team of Hazen High School to go through with that dragon safely, but it's pretty safe as Siskio was up in this top side of the map, and he's making his way up to the top lane. His Q1's taking a lot of damage, or dealing a lot of damage to Toxic Walk, and now he'll be taking a lot of damage because Cisco is here, but he wasn't able to get that Sunbrock down. Will it mean anything? Q1 does find 1 kill, but he's going to be solo here. Minions are going to be grouping up around him, but he has so much damage, and he picks up the 1v2 double kill.
That Trundle was extremely deceiving in that entire fight. He didn't have the subjugate until the very last second, but that last quarter of the health from Toxic Walk just melted away after the subjugate was procced, and it just kept Q1. It healed him up so much, it kept him tanky, and that prevented Siskio from being able to finish him off. Huge play. Ooh, miscommunication down bottom. That's not good.
So now they may be able to find the kill. Ethos will be going down. Sweet Genius, though, comes in with a teleport looking after Fosky gets it. And now Ethos will be taking down himself. So 2-for-1 traded.
Really good teleport use. The double teleports here from Hazen have been really good this game so far, with Q1 getting the teleport down bottom earlier and Sweet Genius having this one. This is a window, however, looking forward for Johnston Heights to be able to make this aggression down bottom work. But so far, it's been countered so much, and it will continue to be. I don't know if they can actually get a really solid lead and hold on to it. So far, Ethos is doing pretty well, 2-1 up over ro8. But the assists are there, and they mostly equalize these kills that Ethos has, and the small CS lead for the Sivir as well. Plus, it doesn't matter how much you kill the Sivir. The only thing that Ethos is achieving here is putting himself ahead. Ooh, Sweet Genius.
Oh, he's in so much trouble, and he will go down Cloudwater with that kill.
Very smart.
Coming in there, quick one there.
Yeah, good stun from Siskio. Able to make the flash stun work that time. He did hold it for a moment, though. But this top lane, just a disaster for Johnston Heights right now. Now with the Rift Herald being picked up as well. Toxic Walk, he's on the wrong side of the map.
Q1 is here, so is only Secrets. This Maokai has not had a fun game. There it is, Rampage.
Oh, man.
Bottom lane though. Once again, Fosky and Ethos is
Another
going so
teleport.
aggressive. IMK, double kill for Ethos. The teleport gets cancelled out by Q1. So he doesn't want to go for that fight there.
And this consistent aggression from Ethos and Fosky is really, really making a big impact in this game. Lucian being so far ahead will be very valuable. Now, to wrap up what I was saying before, Ethos, all he's achieving here is he's putting himself ahead, which is very, very good, especially for Lucian, but you're never going to make a Sivir irrelevant. Her ult will always be good. She doesn't need items for it. She doesn't need gold for it. You're not going to delay her effectiveness now that she's hit 6 once she gets the team fight. However, damage on Sivir is something that it's always been somewhat secondary, but right now, with her current situation as a champion and her current build, it is fairly important. And so slowing that down will still have an impact. Oh, but Fosky's caught.
Flash for the knock up there. Fosky flashing away.
Man.
Gets hit up. And the flash in. He uses the Unbreakable and is still alive, but now only Secrets going in onto Ethos. He's so low. Ignite has been popped down onto him, but only Secrets will be able to get that kill with the Praise Seeker. Cloudwater going to be joining the fight, flashing after only Secrets. He does get that shutdown kill. Meanwhile, Siskio was coming in, gets bursted down by Sweet Genius, but Cloudwater is here, and he is looking for blood. Double kill for him, and that's going to be it there. 2 for 3 in favor of Johnston Heights.
And a really good turn up top there from Toxic Walk at the very last second. But, yeah, overall, fantastic turn. They only lose 2 with Fosky getting a clutch escape again on this Braum. Another very good stand behind me and Flash. He's using these together very, very effectively, and it's consistently saving his life. Even with a little bit of a misstep from Siskio and Ethos, Cloudwater is now 4-1. He was forced more to edge towards that irrelevance area with that first death, but he has just not remained idle. He has really picked up the pace on this game. And Toxic Walk, he's a little bit caught, but Cloudwater's on his side. And they know Cloudwater is in the area. Not going to go for that fight. So
Only
far,
Secrets is potentially coming up here as well.
Yeah, he was motioning up towards that side, stole the blue buff away, which will actually hurt Cloudwater a little bit. Toxic Walk gets pillared off again. Those turret shots that Q1 took before just completely irrelevant. With the Ravenous Hydra and his passive built in, the healing is just ridiculous. And there's nothing that Toxic Walk can do in this lane right now. The only hope that this Maokai has is being relevant elsewhere. Here's another dive. Oh, man.
All right. Q1 just under the tower, 5-0 now.
Massive.
Very little damage, yeah. I mean, when's he going to be around on that bottom half of the map here? His teleport's up, Sweet Genius's teleport is up. They've got to start making some effect down here because right now, Cloudbot is 4-1. Ethos is 4-2.
Yeah, one really, really good thing about for Johnston Heights right now is going back to this bottom lane again with how well Ethos is doing. This Lucian build, the Ghostblade Black Cleaver build, is perfect for dealing with somebody like Trundle.
Dragon turned up another Infernal Drake here. Wow.
That's really good RNG actually, but this might be
Bossy
an engage.
coming in though. The helper will be jumping in. IMK getting bursted down low, and Cisco will be getting the finishing blow. Now Trent chases after Ethos. Q1 has joined the fight, but he's low on mana. He's still going to be going in, and he's chasing after 3 low members. And look at the damage coming out. He's just taking up all this. He is so close to going down, but Akunarovia will be jumping up. Finds one. Foskey now looking to get away, and looks like he will be able to. 3-2 in favor of Hazen.
Cloudwater actually got stunned in transit there, got caught out by Sweet Genius. Was not able to assist in that fight, and that was huge for Hazen. They only drop 1 member, I believe, for 3 in return. Nobody gets the dragon yet, but with Hazen's massive number lead down here, I feel like, yeah, they're going to pick it up right now.
Yep. Going to be jumping right back down to that one. The Void Rush from Only Secrets. Very useful here. So this will be their second Infernal Drake. And as you're saying, pretty good RNG because this is just like a massive damage boost.
Next one will be Ocean. So this is very, very good RNG. Just overall for this game. Cloudwater stun up again. Oh!
Oh, minions.
Oh.
All right. Intervention coming out there.
Yeah, having to burn that though, very bad situation because Sweet Genius didn't even really.
Yeah, here it is. The Vigor's got enough burst here.
Yeah.
Taking people all these fights here, and
oh man,
skill as well. No one is safe. Q1 coming in for the turret now.
178 AP. From Vhagar right now. Foskey caught.
Even Foskey, the snare comes in. Q1 is under the tower, just tanking it up. He doesn't care. But now they will care because IMK is going low. Cloudwater coming in with the ghost. Finds a kill.
Yeah, Q1 can only dive so far. But that is very, very far. And I don't think anyone will be safe under turrets for a very long time from Q1. And he even picks up... Man, so he even picks up the spell Spirit Visage second. It's first tank item, second item overall. So he is just going to be extremely tanky versus this Maokai. Will not take any damage. Cloudwater's damage will be very heavily negated as well, despite the passive. Cloudwater is getting up there in items though. I think that he's going for a Rage Blade. Yeah, that's a Rage Blade that he's going for right now. Only missing the pickaxe as far as ingredients go. Just farming up to finish that item as quickly as possible. And this is not the same Rage Blade as earlier, or as a few patches ago.
Oh, he's farming though. Bottom lane, Facial Fissure being used. Cisco is in the fight with Foskey. And now Ethos will be joining in here as well. Akunarogia, no, what a knock-up coming through! And that is going to be under the tower. Akunarogia taking up the tower shots. Has to flash away, but still will be able to get these kills. Sweet Genius finds one to Ethos. The IMK now in trouble. Cloudwater coming in from the side. Finds one. And does he go for more intervention coming in there? There's the double kill. And Sweet Genius won't be able to land the stun combo. And now runs into the Toxic Walk. And Cloudwater is just here to swoop in to pick up all these last hits. If we can get this one here, there is the stun coming down. The Event Horizon. And now over the wall, Sweet Genius will be going down. That's Toxic Walk with his first kill of the game.
Really nice respect there from Cloudwater. Just knowing that Sweet Genius can just 100 to 0 him or take him very, very close to it, even with just 2 spells. So he will not. He actually played back for just the right amount of time. Toxic Walk, pretty much unkillable by Sweet Genius at the moment. That will be changing very, very soon with the Abyssal now picked up, shredding that MR. But the MR shred, or MR reduction, I should say, on Abyssal Scepter is level based now. So at the moment, it's not as effective as it used to be, if I'm recalling correctly, but it does get significantly better as time goes on. It actually looks like level 12 is where it's about even to where it previously was. But it's only uphill from here then for Sweet Genius.
So this game shaping up to be close here. Strong points on either side, or for both of these teams here. Grouping up around the Dragon, but one isn't really going to be spawning soon here. It's the Baron that has just respawned, or spawned for the first time actually. And it's Hazen High School making their move onto this middle lane. Johnston Heights mostly in this bottom lane here, so we're going to be seeing some of these towers traded out. It's going to be the third tower of the game for Hazen, second for Johnston Heights, and Hazen are going to continue in this middle lane.
Yeah, the big question for this game will have to be...
Oh, they're going to catch him inside of the stun. They have to stay in.
Man.
Only secret, so he does get bursted down. Toxic Walk with the kill. They waited out Cloudwater's intervention, but putting down some burst here. Toxic Walk, QQ1 gets it. Cloudwater also goes down. Double kill for Q1. Glacial Fisher coming in. The Colon will be coming out as well, but Q1 is just tanking up all of it. He does finally get shut down. His first death is from Fosky here.
Aww. At this failing dash over the wall. That stops the aggression for now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Black Cleaver Shred from Ethos, huge effect onto Q1 there. Just, yeah, that had a very large impact. And that's going to be the rest of this game, basically. Cloudwater will be shredding his MR, and Ethos will be shredding his armor. Q1 is going to be taking quite a lot of damage this game overall. Will he be able to be tanky enough to deal with it? I feel like if he just ults Toxic Walk every single fight, he will be mostly fine. Stealing those resistances will be very, very big. But if he ults anyone else, I don't think that he'll be able to survive all of that shred for very long.
Yeah, so much armor penetration coming out from Cloudwater and Ethos combined here. So Dragon's going to be spawning in 30 seconds. It's the Ocean Dragon.
Yeah, as mentioned before, that gives a lot of sustain to the team that picks it up. For every 8 seconds that you are out of combat, you gain, with the champion, I should mention, you gain 4% of your missing health and mana. But they know that Johnston Heights is going to go for this. They're going for the Baron instead. Johnston Heights knows.
Johnston Heights knows they're going to be coming up here, but Baron is going to be taking down a half health already. And we do know that Cloudwater is on the other side of the map trying to walk up here. Cole's going to be coming in. Cisco, he steals away the Baron, and Johnston Heights will be able to pick it up. And now the fight ensues. Akunarogia finds one to start things off. Toxic Walk is taking things up, but here comes Cloudwater. The intervention on Athos is going to be keeping the AD carry alive, and he's able to do some damage, pick up a kill for himself. And that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, and that's it. But it's the Baron over for Johnston Heights.
Fantastic steal from Siskio there. Now Johnston Heights, they're back, caught up in gold again. Now they have the advantage on this mid lane push just because of how low they took everyone on Hazen. They're going to be able to get the Dragon as well. This is a disaster for Hazen all of a sudden. Their gold lead is gone. Their only hope for continuing this build-up was the Baron, really, if they wanted to take it very quickly, and now that's gone. Will be a contest from Hazen on this Dragon, though. They won't be fast enough.
Too late here. I mean, even with the Karma speed, with the service speed, they're not able to stop that Dragon in time, but they're going to be looking for a fight here. The On the Hunt is about to come back up. Q1 jumping in. Sweet Genius flashing forward. Can't find the stun. He finds it onto one, though. Only secrets coming in from the side. They're fighting under attack. Q1 is taking it all up, and now he's backing away. IMK does go down. It's a mess of a fight here. Toxic Walk now getting burned down, but the intervention comes out, and he's able to survive. It's a 1-for-1 once again.
Oh, Cloudwater
gets caught out in the stun, and he's gonna go down. Sweet Genius with it, but the tower shots. Akuno Rogier goes down because of the tower. He was taking it. 2-2.
Man, 2 Baron buffs gone on the side of Johnston Heights. In Q1, he just lives forever there. He was caught in the front line, taking so much damage, but then the DPS just stopped. I don't even know exactly what happened. The fight was so chaotic, but he just ceased taking damage for so long. I suppose he was able to retreat to the back line. Such a huge tank. He's already back at full health as well, going for the turret. And now the gold lead is there again for Hazen.
Yeah.
The Baron buffs are still on too.
They get the Baron, they get a tower, they get Dragon, they lose 2 towers and a team fight right after. So things going back and forth here. We're only 26 minutes in and already 41 kills on the board. These games are starting to become bloody here. Q1, 9 kills. Sweet Genius finally at the point where he's just bursting down people left and right.
Yeah, but Cloudwater, in the same way, is getting to that point as well. He picked up the Wit's End, so Wit's End was buffed this patch. None of the stats have changed at all, but the cost was reduced by 300. Nothing else was changed with the item.
That value.
Yeah, the gold value went way up on it. You can pick it up way quicker. 40 magic resist built in with 40% attack speed.
Slow down.
Oh man, only secrets.
Toxic Walk. If only secrets is right behind him, looking to get in onto him. Cisco will be coming in. Toxic Walk puts on his tanking pants and is going to be sitting in that ventral maelstrom doing what he can. The rest of the team's coming up. Cisco finds a kill to IMK almost immediately here. The event horizon's down and Foskey is going down low. The intervention gets put down to him as he's in the front line. Akuno Rogier gets the kill, and they're going to get traded back and forth. And there is the huge amount of burst, and it's a triple kill for Akuno Rogier before he goes down. Cloudwater left alive. So is Sweet Genius. Who's going to get the kill onto who? How will we know? Maybe we won't, as these two teams back off.
Sweet Genius showing up really confidently in that fight. So much damage coming out from him. That's a little bit brave.
Not get enough of Toxic Walk here. Jumping in once again.
Disengage with Sweet Genius's stun. They decide against it. They decide against pursuing that further. But man, that was a really crazy fight, but really, really close for Johnston Heights. They're ahead in kills. All of a sudden, the gold lead is almost negated again. It's only 900 gold at 30 minutes this time. It was 5,000 for Johnston Heights last game, and I said that that wasn't even that big of a deal at that point. 900 gold is pretty much irrelevant right now, unless it's on just a single member. Cloudwater is a huge threat right now, though. This Wit's End is really going to do a lot of work for him as well. And it gives him magic resist, and probably more importantly, it takes magic resist from whoever you're hitting. His passive, as he attacks at the same target, he will shred their MR. That'll apply an AoE with his Righteous Fury, as well as a Runon's Hurricane if he so chooses to buy that. And then the Wit's End will also steal even more MR.
Yep.
And it's a lot of MR, too. I mean,
that's what we usually see from the KLs here.
Yeah.
It's like, you think you're so tanky? No, you're not.
You end up stealing 25 flat MR from someone just with the Wit's End. That's quite a bit of MR. That's a good chunk of what anyone will have. If we look at Q1 right now, he has 170. So he will still have plenty left over. But, I mean, he's going to be losing so much. He's going to be down to near 100 by the time all of the mitigation comes through, or all of the resistance shred comes through. That's a really, really big deal. That's a lot of DPS to pile on top. But now, Johnston Heights, they're going for this top turret. No response from Hazen quite yet.
They're making up for lost time here. The towers they weren't able to take in the early game, they're taking now. That's the top outer tower going down. Q1 was so dominant in that top lane, they just weren't able to touch it until 30 minutes into this game. It's a minute on Dragon and Baron timers right now. I went to the top half of this map here. Event Horizon gets thrown down. And it's just posturing by both teams, but it's Johnston Heights who are pushing up.
And this will be another Infernal Drake for the record.
Oh, wow.
30 seconds. This will be the third Infernal Drake of the game. This is guaranteed to be the last Elemental Dragon anyway, but this is guaranteed to be the last Infernal Drake because of how dragon spawns work. You can only ever have 3 of the same dragon per game.
And it's just, what, 1 Infernal Drake for both sides right now, right?
No, it's actually
no.
2.
It's 2 Infernal Drakes
Hazen.
on Hazen and the Ocean Drake. For Johnston Heights. So if Hazen get that Infernal Drake buffed up, then that's just going to be so much damage.
Elder Dragon also increases the buffs even further. So if Hazen gets a third, then they get... And what do they get? Looking quick.
Third is 24%.
24%. So then Elder Dragon amplifies all of the effects by 50%. So that will be 36% bonus AP and AD for the duration of the Elder Dragon buff, assuming Hazen gets this next one and the Elder Dragon as well. The game may not even go that long, but that is a big,
that's definitely a lot of big objectives they'd have to get to secure there. And right now, Johnston Heights really putting up a fight after those first 2 Infernal Drakes went down, able to secure the Baron, or seal away the Baron really, and secure the Ocean Drake.
What Johnston Heights really needs to do in these fights, I mean, this pretty much applies to any fight, but they really need to catch out the carries. Because if they can catch out the carries and just isolate only secrets in Q1, then they will be golden. Infernal Dragon picked up for free by Johnston Heights. No contest whatsoever from Hazen.
Yeah, so now if Hazen get the Elder Dragon, it's basically getting another Infernal Dragon, because you have 24% boosted damage, so.
Yeah, so, I mean, still going to be a very big deal for whoever gets it, but this means that the true damage will be equal for whoever picks it up. So, the Elder Dragon does 45 bonus true damage for everything, plus 45 for every Elemental Dragon that you have. So, it'll be plus 90 for both of these teams on top of that 45, so 135 across the board, no matter who picks it up. What really matters is how the buffs are amped. There's a lot, well, I shouldn't say a lot. There's some vision control here for Hazen so far around the Baron, and they're motioning up here again. They're trying to bait Johnston Heights in, I feel, but their wards are sneaky enough that they know not to go for this.
They don't take out the ward that's in the pit.
They have the inside track on mid, actually. This could be good for Johnston Heights.
Interesting positioning here. Johnston Heights pushing up to this tower.
Going for bottom is risky.
Yeah, they'd be on the other half of the map. They'd only have 1 teleport. They probably don't want to make their way to the bottom lane.
Yeah, I feel that this would probably pretty easily be an inhibitor falling for Johnston Heights in trade for the Baron, however, but they do not want to take that risk. Giving the Baron over to Hazen at this point would just be a really, really, really bad idea.
Yeah, the amount of split pushing they can do.
Yeah, definitely.
Who is on that bottom half of the map along with Toxic Walk? At Hazen right now, they have a bit of vision control right here, and these teams are just pushing back and forth.
There's a 3,000 gold lead between Q1 and Toxic Walk right now. That is a really, really big stat lead. That's an entire tank item worth of stats over Toxic Walk for Q1 right now. Plus, he's already stealing everything, all of Toxic Walk's stats with the Subjugate as well. Foski playing really brave here. This is what you have to do in order to get some vision down sometimes, though. Hazen would have no idea if they went for this Baron right now. But it would be risky with how close they are.
I'm sure they'd have a hunch.
Yeah, they would definitely have a hunch.
They won't have the visual confirmation.
Right. Yeah, they would definitely know, but they wouldn't be able to see the health or the positioning of the members or anything until they went in there and got another ward down. Any of these Winter's Bites could result in kills. Like, only Secrets could lose well over half of his health here at the very least if he gets caught by a Winter's Bite. Gotta play careful.
He is just... I mean, he knows they're around because you can see them through the tremor sense, but...
Yeah.
He
doesn't know who's there, though. He's only seeing Foski moving. And Ethos occasionally. Siskio and Cloudwater are remaining stationary to prevent that. But yeah, they're just going... Wait, do they not see this ward?
Yeah, they can't see this ward. It's in the very back of the pit. The pink ward doesn't see. don't know.
Doesn't matter,
that
though.
Hazen knows, but Toxic Walks on the other side, and Only Secrets can't get over because he was getting binded up by Toxic Walk, and now this fight's gonna go down. Event Horizon gets knocked down. Cloudwater, he's gonna get bursted. He has a Guardian's Angel though. The intervention coming out as well. Toxic Walk goes down low, knocked up in the back line. It's Only Secrets back there, and Akuna Rogia picks up a double kill, and he is taken down promptly. But Cloudwater comes up from the Guardian's Angel. He falls, and that is gonna be 4 members going down for Johnston Heights secondary.
Hazen with the huge fight after that, and that's just been the story of this game so far. Hazen, even when the Baron is stolen from them, when they lose the Baron to the opposing team, they're still just so strong in all of their roles. Even if they don't have a gold lead, Veigar pretty much makes his own gold lead. Q1 is so much tankier than Toxic Walk. Nobody can ever kill him. He's only died twice this game. And another successful fight for Hazen. They're going to get an inhib off of this. No, they only get the turret. The respawns are too quick. But if Sweet Genius gets caught here...
Not enough for the game just yet.
Yeah, not quite enough for the game. Very, very close. And Hazen is in a very good position.
Also, they didn't have a Kanuro.
Right, yeah, without their ADC, they were not able to take down anymore.
Yeah,
Elder Dragon up.
They take away all those they take away 4 Baron buffs.
Yeah, which is huge. But you have to keep in mind, all you need is 1 Baron. All you need is 1 Baron buff in order for the minions to be empowered, as long as you're pushing as a unit. Okay, let's take stock of a few things here. Ethos is in a very, very stressful position because he has to be shredding Q1 as much as possible and trying to be the carry in these fights, with Cloudwater, well, with Cloudwater being the main focus, really, in these fights. But this build falls off. Now that he's getting up to this point, the Sivir will be stronger because you have very little crit with this Lucian build, and so you tend to fall off later in the game. Getting to this point will be scary.
We've been seeing lots of multi-kills over to Akuna Rogia.
Yeah.
And Ethos, I mean, he just has so much difficulty trying to escape from Only Secrets in Q1. In that last fight, Only Secrets had a great knockup onto 3 members in the back line. And, I mean, the speed bust we were talking about, Karma, Sivir combined there. Doing a lot of work here for Hazen.
Yeah, definitely. It allows these tanks to get right into the position that they want to be in. Q1 can always be in the front line, even if the fight doesn't start with him there because of all the speed buffs. And just the general lockdown that Hazen has can allow him to reposition very quickly as well. Here's a stun!
There's a stun, there's a start of the fight. Glacial Fisher ripping across the team here. And now Only Secrets gets taken down by Ethos. But we also see Cisco going down as well. Sweet Genius with it. Event Horizon comes up. Toxic Walk. Intervention does get popped in onto him. And he goes in. Akuna Rogia gets completely caught out by the twisted advance there. Flash away from Toxic, or from the support there. And that's 2 for 1. But what can Johnston Heights do with this?
I don't know if they can really do anything right now. I know they will go for this dragon.
But the Elder Dragon is so hard to take down. Only Secrets is up in 20 seconds and he has the Void Rush.
No smites for either team.
No similar global presence there to get back in fast, but they've already got it down to half health. Q1 is up in that top lane. He has teleported, but it looks like they don't really want to pick this fight, and never mind, Elder Dragon just going to go over to Johnston Heights.
When there's so many targets that are so healthy like this, you can't really afford to go in even as Q1 right now. If they had teleported there was a very, very high risk that he dies. And then if Johnston Heights was to get the Elder Dragon as well, they could easily end the game off of a successful fight with Q1 out of the picture. So, Hazen, they just don't take the risk, but they keep putting themselves in these types of positions, it seems, where they're not able to contest this big objective necessarily, or they don't go for the contest, and they're just slowly falling out of this lead. Does it really matter with how tanky Q1 is? Well, not for a little while longer, but now that it's getting to 40 minutes, Toxic Walk will be similarly tanky. All of these carries will be doing their maximum amounts of damage, and Hazen can still win it, but Q1 has already hit his ceiling. He's not getting any stronger.
Man, and this is now the final minute of this Elder Dragon buff. Johnston Heights going to be so aggressive and looking for a fight so they can use this advantage here. They have the Amplified Ocean Dragon and Infernal Dragon for themselves right here.
Yeah, and again, not to mention the true damage. 135 true damage for everything. It takes 2 or 3 seconds, but the DPS constantly reapplying 45 or so true damage almost instantly is going to hurt a lot from this Lucian and Kale in particular. Everyone's hitting 6 items right now. This is going to be a very explosive fight. I think that this will decide it regardless of who wins.
Some Dragon just about to wear off here, but they've been using it to apply pressure throughout the map here. Face to mid and out to bottom lane. And here's the fight. But look at the shields coming out from IMK. Huge shields coming in there. And Toxic Walk almost gets burst down and eventually gets forced down onto him. Glacial Fissure comes in. Cloudwater's on the side, looking to do the AoE damage, and he can. But the stun catches off 3 members, and they're going to get absolutely destroyed here. Double kill Akunarogia, and that is going to be Cloudwater taken down. Only Secret still chasing after here. And Hazen High School going to be able to pick up the ace here. And nope, it's only going to be a 4 for none. I say only, but that's massive.
Yeah, I mean, this will probably be deciding it. They don't really need a minion wave with how tanky only Secrets in Q1 both are. Ethos would need to have a absolutely massive play in order to be able to stop this.
20
Hazen,
seconds. Most members of Johnston Heights, Hazen High School.
They can't end.
Such a huge team fight there. But yeah, as you say, I don't think they can end it here. It's going to be 2 inhibitors.
Yeah, very smart for them to be aware that they cannot end here.
Oh, man, Hazen High School. It must be so stressful. They won the last 2 team fights. Not able to end the game. So close though. 2 inhibitors down. Baron is back up right now. IMK is so low. But they want to do it because Void Rush is up on only Secret, so he's able to get back in here so fast. And they're going to start up this Baron.
I don't know about this.
So they go straight from the N2 inhibitors to the Baron and try to burst it on the half health. You're unsure, but they are very sure. It gets bursted down.
Could be a fight though.
The flash. They want to start the fight here. Event Horizon once again gets dropped back down. Cisco so low, but he comes back down from the repel. Gets a kill to only Secrets. Bosky
Q1
in front. Q1. He's gonna be taken down. Toxic Walk with it, and then again it's a 1 for 2.
That was the really big risk, getting caught at the Baron like that. They get it and they get out more or less. They only lose 2, but with so long on Q1, and with how quickly they push, if Johnston Heights really wants to, which I think that they will, they can push for this inhib. Whether they'll get it or not, it's a different story, but they can at least get the turret here, I feel. But they really need to push right now. It doesn't look like they will go for it. They're content. Yeah, they're content with taking 2 Baron buffs off.
They're just trying to reverse the pressure of all these super minions being pushed in right now. We didn't even get time to talk about that 4 for none fight in favor of Hazen.
Yeah, no time.
Second Event Horizon from Sweet Genius, sending up 3 members, just a lot for so much burst damage.
Yeah, and I mean, the big thing about this Veigar is that even if you don't kill the Kale or kill whoever she ults, as long as you're hitting these big stuns, you will be having an effect. As long as you can take Cloudwater away from DPSing the team for 2 or 3 seconds, that is plenty. And that's what Sweet Genius has been able to do very consistently. The first step of these fights, time and time again for Hazen, has been to stop Cloudwater from being able to deal damage for a short amount of time, and then you collapse onto him and kill him. Then you don't have to worry about the ult. The intervention will keep somebody alive for a little bit longer, but the DPS is prevented, and that is the really pivotal point.
So apparently one of the players' headsets have died for Johnston Heights here. That would be the reason for this pause, so, I mean, not too sure what's going to happen here. Hopefully they get things back in order, because I think a headset is a pretty key tool to have here.
Yeah, definitely.
Communication, just a little useful.
Only a little bit, you know. You just communicate with smoke signals or something. Just a lot of pings.
here. 44 minutes into a potentially series-deciding game here.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking like it for a very long time, but now it's really, really difficult to just be able to say for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's 6,000 gold for Hazen, but we're so late into the game where...
Yeah, 6,000 gold doesn't matter because 6,000 gold...
Everyone's already got their items.
Yeah, everybody has all of their items already. Nobody's going to get any stronger. If this gold gap is grown to 10,000... It won't mean anything. It just means that you're sitting on even more gold. It just means that you will have elixirs every fight for sure, which, I mean, those are valuable, but that you're already at that point. That just means you'll have more elixirs. We will be on pausing here. Hazen, 5 members up top, in fact. And they're just looking to push this down, go for the third inhib. But Johnston Heights, they're looking to push down mid and return. I don't know if they really want to go for this. A base race might honestly be how this game ends.
Ardent Sensor for IMK is just so interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. AoE shields just give everybody free attack speed, though.
He's like, I've never gotten this much gold on this champion. What am I supposed to build?
Yeah, I mean, it is a good item for the Sivir, though. Very valuable for Q1 as well, because it gives you bonus magic damage for every single auto, and it gives you a bit of attack speed.
This is probably like the only champion it's good on, because it's the only champion that gets consistently will be able to get huge shields off.
As far as buffing up the whole team, yeah, Karma is probably one of the best users of it. But usually when you'll see it pretty early on to buff up one particular person, somebody like Janna. Oh, this might be a catch. But nobody's taking any damage, really.
Event Horizon is on an 8-second cooldown, so they just...
Yeah.
There it is, off.
Foskey.
And Foskey getting bursted down here. Intervention gets used on him. And Cloudwater has just been on point with these. Toxic Walk going to be going down low there. Guardian Daniel gets popped, but he'll be respawning in the middle of the entire enemy team. Akunarogia finds Siskio. They're under the tower. Sweet Genius takes down Toxic Walk. Finally, Cloudwater hunted down. Akunarogia gets a double kill before falling himself. But that's 3 members of Johnston Heights down. And Super Minions are pushing into the base of Johnston Heights. Hazen High School. Finally, it takes the 3rd team fight win, but they're going to be exposing the Nexus. And they're going to be picking up game number 2 in this best of 3. And we're going to be going on to a game number 3.
Absolutely crazy, crazy game. The kills in gold were all so close the whole time, but the gold distribution for Hazen was a really, really big deal. If we look, just out of curiosity, Sweet Genius had almost 500 bonus AP from his passive. That's a lot of free... That's a lot of free AP overall. The gold distribution onto Q1, though, he only died 3 times in a 45-minute game. Incredible KDA, incredible performance, and I think we're going to be seeing a Trundle ban in Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's showing up big for both of these teams here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing what happens in Game number 3, as it's going to be a deciding match to see who moves on to the semifinals of the High School Star League of Legends Spring Playoffs. Johnston Heights Secondary School or Hazen High School? We're going to be finding out after a short break, and we'll get on into game number 3, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.